So, you know, it is kind of reminding me of what the last visit was like.
Right.
And I think our suspicion has to be that unfortunately things might be progressing in the brain, and that would be the explanation for these symptoms. Now the steroid, I had told the team and kind of reviewed that you were still on the same doses, which you are, but unfortunately that's what steroids do. They quickly take care of that swelling, but they're not the most definitive medicine for the control of the tumor. My hope was adding that second chemotherapy, the one that you got for 2 days on Friday and Saturday, would be more definitive, but I don't, just based on what you're telling me about your symptoms and kind of what I'm seeing, I'm not convinced that that's doing it. I definitely feel more comfortable that radiation is the right answer here. When do you see Dr. Dombrowski to do that simulation?
We've never had any contact with him.
You're kidding.
Which is what I wanted to ask today.
Okay.
I almost called, and I'm like, I always feel like I'm overstepping my bounds.
No, you're not. You never are. And I will call him right away. Okay. He had definitely said that for people who get methotrexate, he does not feel comfortable doing radiation any earlier than 2 weeks after the methotrexate. Just the combination of those two can increase side effects much more.
It's almost 2 weeks.
Yeah. So the simulation won't take them long to do, and in fact my thought was that it was going to be scheduled for later this week, so I hope this is not one of those situations where something's on the schedule and you guys just don't know about it.
Well, we can make it.
We can make it work.
No, I know you can, so let me just see if I have his number in here. If you don't mind, I am going to, I actually don't have a phone. I'll step out and call him. Let me try to resolve this before you guys leave today.
That would be wonderful. Thank you.
She does have an appointment with a heart doctor at 1 here, because they, at the nursing home, they said they thought they heard a murmur, heart murmur, and they wanted it. And I'm just like, really? Is that what we need to be checking?
Priority right now. I mean, let me listen too, just to make sure this is not a significant murmur. The one time you could get concerned about a murmur is if you think there's an infection on a heart valve, all right? Other than that, people who are made anemic by chemotherapy, which we clearly did in her, will have a murmur. Just as we age, some of us will get a murmur. Not really a sign of any pathology.
We're just like really an hour of this echocardiogram. Does that really seem like the best thing?
I mean, it's not going to impact anything I do for her. She clinically is not somebody who has signs of what I would call heart failure, where she's swelling up, backing up fluid, things like that. I would consider it a low priority right now.
That's what we think.
Yeah. So I would feel comfortable with you guys holding or canceling that appointment.
I think that's a really good idea.
Okay. The other one I wanted to follow up with you about is the urology appointment. So that's also for this
They canceled it.
They canceled it because you know why they canceled it? Because they thought she still had a cath.
Okay.
And
when she's doing great.
We said she said we just want to check the cath. I'm like, she doesn't. We don't. She doesn't.
I'm not retaining.
So you're peeing.
Oh, and she's not
Isn't
even.
it amazing the things we celebrate over? But
well, and she's making it to the bathroom without having anything.
Okay.
No, I wouldn't say that.
Well, what I've seen.
It was only with the diarrhea.
Diarrhea. And,
Because she had a terrible bout of diarrhea Thursday and
so
Friday.
when I got called about that, and I had them submit that stool sample, what happened with that? Is that diarrhea gone?
It's back under control.
It's under control.
But so they started you on the antibiotic. I'm wondering if it's because of the antibiotic that it's under control. I haven't seen a result come back from the stool sample yet, which is what I want to follow up on. So here's what I was thinking. When I was told about the diarrhea and we asked for the stool sample, that was when her counts were really low too. So certainly just the counts being low themselves could cause you to have kind of a raw gut and diarrhea.
I mean, I'm not kidding you. It was
more
like
than
nothing I've ever seen before.
Okay.
I mean, we spent all night on the toilet, and it was just flushing.
Oh, so that sounds very suspicious for what we call C. diff. It's an unfortunate infection people can pick up in the hospital. It's something that you're definitely at risk for when you're on other antibiotics, which she was on one for her bladder infection. She got put on another one when her blood counts dropped low. So she's certainly at risk for all the time she spent in and out of the hospital over the last 2 months or so. I had them go ahead and just start that Flagyl, which is one of the antibiotics for C. diff, just because I didn't want to wait 3 days to get a stool sample result. And so let me just make sure that she is still on that.
Well, it's a good thing to buy for dry skin because
We'll have to find ointment for dry skin. Is it
it's still
itchy?
there. Yeah, I always
Did you ever see a stool sample result trickle in from